In the past few videos, we saw how to turn a Raspberry Pi into a server and how to set it up so it can be accessed from anywhere in the world. We used ngrok for that, but there was one problem. Some of you might have noticed it. We're going to solve that problem today using Tailscale. First, let me show you the problem. I installed the ESPHome application from the CasaOS App Store for a project involving the ESP32. When I try to open it, I just get a blank page. However, it works correctly when accessed from the local network. In this video, we will look at how to set up Tailscale on our devices and how to use it to access the Raspberry Pi. First, you need to go to the website tailscale.com. If you already have an account, you can log in. If not, you need to create one. For that, click on the Get Started, It's Free button. There are several ways to create an account. I'm going to use Google. Once the account is created, you will see this screen first. We need to specify our purpose here. Is it for business or personal use? Let's select Personal and click Next. It's asking us to add our first device. You need to select your device from here. Mine is a Windows PC. It has already been detected here. I'm going to install it on this first. To do that, click Download Tailscale for Windows. From the page that appears, click Download Tailscale for Windows. Now, let's open the downloaded.exe file. Check the box here and click Install. Now Tailscale is installed. Click Get Started here. Now let's sign in to our network. I'm signing in again using the same Google account I used to create the account. When I click Connect here, our Windows PC will be added to the Tailnet. Now it asks to add a second device. I won't do that now. I'm going to skip this introduction. Below Machines, you can see the device we just added. Before setting up Tailscale on the Raspberry Pi, let's also set it up on the phone. First, install Tailscale from the Google Play Store. Once installed, open it. When it asks for a connection request, click OK. Now log in. You must log in using the same Google account you used to create the account. Clicking Connect here will add this device to the Tailnet. Now you can see this device and the PC we added earlier here. We will only be able to access the Raspberry Pi from these devices when it is also on this network. Let's see how to do that. You can see the two devices currently on the Tailnet here. To add the Raspberry Pi to this, we first need to install Tailscale on the Raspberry Pi. Since Raspberry Pi OS is a Linux-based OS, we should select Linux from the Add Devices to Your Network section. From here, we can copy the command to install Tailscale. Now, let's go to the CasaOS interface and open the Raspberry Pi's terminal. Entering the Raspberry Pi's username and password here will open the terminal. Paste the copied command here and run it. Don't forget to like this video now. To ensure you don't miss the rest of the videos on this channel, subscribe and enable the bell button as well. Now Tailscale is installed. Next, run the command sudo tailscale up. To authenticate Tailscale, copy this URL and open it in the browser. Sign in here using the same account you used to create the Tailscale account. When you click Connect here, our Raspberry Pi will be added to the Tailnet. Now, the Raspberry Pi is also in the Tailnet. To access the Raspberry Pi, copy the address from the addresses next to the Raspberry Pi here. Paste this into the browser's address bar and open it. After entering the Raspberry Pi username and password here, the Casa OS interface will appear. Earlier, when we were accessing the Raspberry Pi via ngrok, we got a blank page when opening ESPHome. Let's see if that's fixed now. Now we can access it correctly. Let's also see how to access it from a phone. For that, open Tailscale on the phone, select the Raspberry Pi, and the addresses will appear. Copy the address named Magic DNS from here. This won't change every time like the IP address. Let's open this in the browser. We now have access. Let's also open ESPHome here. We are able to access it correctly from the phone too. Since ESPHome is fixed, videos using ESP32 and Raspberry Pi will be coming soon on this channel. To make sure you don't miss them, subscribe to the channel and enable the bell button. If you liked this video, you can give it a like. See you soon with the next video.